From an early age, we are sold this version of milk production. One where cows graze freely, happily roam in the fields, and are content and cared for. But what is the reality? Unlike what they want us to believe, most dairy cows have no chance to graze in pastures or live freely. They live in enclosed spaces, are forced to walk on concrete slabs, and are surrounded by the metallic sounds of machinery and iron fences. In about 10 months, a single cow can produce 15 gallons of milk per day, which is 14 gallons more than she would produce in the wild. The enormous physical effect it takes to produce that much milk will ruin a cow's body and lead to premature death within just a few years. Cows are continually impregnated to guarantee constant milk production, and calves that are born are very soon after torn from their mothers and confined into small boxes. The calves are kept separate from each other, often in terrible, unsanitary conditions. Their feeding is totally artificial, and since they will never see their mother again, they are given pacifiers. In addition to all this, these cows are subjected to legal but very painful practices, such as the application of caustic paste to prevent the growth of their horns. As I mentioned, the intensive production and never-ending milking causes serious damage to the body of the cows. Often their breasts become inflamed, causing mastitis, a very painful infection. But this is not the only consequence of stressful milk production. These animals are also covered in wounds and suffering from infections and damage to their legs. Very often, preventive practices and care for these animals are carried out by the farm's operators and not by a veterinarian, as is required by law. The footage we've shown here is not an isolated case. Unfortunately, it's the sad reality of the daily life these cows are forced to endure for the production of milk. The milk industry wants to portray an idyllic world where cows graze happily in the fields, but the reality for these animals is very different. Theirs is a life of suffering, punctuated by separation from their calves and exploitation of their bodies. Help us to make the reality behind milk production known. Please share this video.